the Albertsons Market Street Store. I'm Debbie Lilly, and I'm so happy to be here talking flowers and home decor and summer and fall. We'll peek at some fun fall trends as well. And we really just want to help share the beautiful collection that's right inside the stores that's so fast and easy. You can be grabbing your gallon of milk and you can pick up really beautiful farm fresh flowers and I think really fun home decor. We work really hard to pull all of the hot trends each season into all of the products. Some really fun trends that you're going to see today are all of the neutrals. You're probably seeing that on TV and in magazines. Everything's really gone to these beautiful, soft, soothing neutrals and a lot of blues. Did you know that blue is the #1 color that we choose for our home because it makes us think of the sky and the sea. It makes us feel calm and relaxed. And that's really true for all of the neutrals as well. With all the chaos that's been going on in the world, the neutrals are just helping us fill our home with like balance and again, calm, and they, I think, work well for all seasons. When we're designing the collection, we always try and make sure that the products are on trend, of course, but they're also really classic and they're going to, do well in every season. We call it seasonless design, so it doesn't scream summer or scream fall. It's something that you can really feel good about putting in your home and using every day. And for the flowers, we work with such amazing farms that are putting these beautiful bouquets together for you so that when you choose a bouquet, you don't have to do any thinking about how to put it into the vase. You're simply picking your favorite colors, your favorite flowers, and then you'll just unwrap it and put it right into your vase, which we'll do today, instead of having to choose, this color flower and mix it with that color flower and put it together. That's a little more work, a little more thinking. We want to make either taking something home to your own home or grabbing gifts to go fast and easy and convenient. So today we have these beautiful sunflower bouquets, and you've got all sorts of gorgeous snapdragons and some statice, sunflowers of course, just so pretty and fresh for summer, and again it could also carry you into fall. So what we're going to do is everybody can shop right over here. We've got all sorts of vases for you. As you can see, there's some fun shapes and sizes, little gold lantern. These are really fun too because you can also put candles inside. When we're designing the collection, we also try and have it be multi-purpose. You can use it as a vase, you can use it as a candle holder. Let's see if one of my candles will fit right inside. This one, no. A little smaller, yes. I'll pull some of those. But so they're great to use in different ways, and all of our glass products are always food safe. So you can also do fun collections like a dessert bar where you put cookies and candies and such in the vases, and that's a really nice little entertaining tip for upcoming. What do we have coming up? We have Labor Day, then we'll have Halloween, we've got back to school, etc. So if everybody wants to come over to the left and choose your vase, then we'll help you fill them up with water. Oh, you girls are all set, perfect. Ladies, wonderful. Let's choose our vase and then let's grab a bouquet. And you've already got scissors. Yep, you can grab right here in your own little private collection. You can shop right here.
That one looks fantastic.
And I'll give you ladies some greens also. So you've got a mix of greens. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's see, you ladies chose the pretty lanterns. Do you have a little votive candle anywhere, Becky? Let's see. I feel like I saw some. Oh, perfect. I hate to break them open. Do you think you have any that are already open? I hate opening products. What do you think? Is it important to tell the story? Okay. Everybody chose their vase? I found a nice little candle while we're filling your vases so we can show you how pretty these are as lanterns. So we have candles in all different shapes and sizes. These are great little tea lights in glass. And look how pretty these are. friend. Thank you, thank you. You can just drop these right in. Shimmy it to the middle. So anyway, just a fun example of how you can use things lots of ways. Thank you, Becky. Okay, so we've all got our vase, right? So we all get some flowers. And we've all got clippers right in front of us. So what we'll do is we'll open up our flowers. Just take our plastic right off. And inside every bouquet and bunch is always a wonderful little packet of flower food. And some people don't know what to do with this, but it's really the very best way to help your flowers last as long as possible. And that's what we were talking about as one of the things we want to learn today is how to make our flowers last longer. So the real trick is just making sure that you always put this right into your vase. You can just give it a little slice across the top, open her up. Have you guys ever heard any other wives' tales on how to make your flowers last as long as possible? Some people say a splash of bleach, aspirin.
Use Sprite or 7-Up on her.
Right. Oh, that's a good one. In the water for the Christmas tree?
That's because you end up with Christmas tree and it works. This whole works on top.
That's amazing. I've heard put a copper penny in your water, but really the best thing out of all those tips is to use your flower packet. It has everything your flowers need inside of it. So we'll put that inside our water and it'll dissolve. And we can take off our paper wrap, our plastic wrap. Feel free to just put all your trash right on the floor or right here in front of us, and we'll put it right in the garbage cans. And now, one of the next great tricks to help your flowers last as long as possible is when we're cutting our bouquet, instead of just cutting straight at the stem, always cut on an angle, like a 45-degree angle, like this. And what that does is that increases the surface area of the end of your stem so that instead of cutting it flat and it sits in the vase flat, the water is underneath it, the bottom of the vase is right there. This allows your flower to drink more and access the water more. So that's a really great little trick. As we cut our bouquets open, let's all cut on an angle. Now, depending on which vase you chose, you might want to look at how long to cut your flowers. A really great trick is to sort of hold your vase at the bottom of your blooms, and that'll help you see what the stem length should be. And you can always cut twice, so maybe don't be too aggressive as you cut your flowers. You can make them shorter, but you can't make them longer, if that makes sense. And another really great trick as you're designing your flowers is to make sure that any leaves that are on the stem we remove so that we don't add bacteria into the water. When you have green leaves under the water, that helps breed bacteria. Bacteria is bad. It does not allow our flowers to live as long as possible. So this is a good example. All these little green leaves down here, just pull these off. And that is another tip that'll help your flowers last as long as they can. And I like to think of my vase as having sort of like the time zones, like a clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And as you put your flowers in, it's nice to sort of put them at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I think that helps your bouquet have a nice flow and a nice movement to it. You could also think about where in your home are you going to put this. If it's on a coffee table in the middle of your living room, you'll probably look at it from all sides. But if you're putting it on an entry table against the wall, you will only see the front, and you could have more of your flowers facing forward. Where does everybody think they're going to put these vases when they get home today?
On my counter.
On your counter. So maybe you'll see it from all sides. So then your back would be to the wall, is that right? So then you can make sure that your flowers are all sort of facing forward, which I think helps make the bouquet just a little more wow, instead of some flowers facing the back, but then you're not even going to see them. And if you have any leaves like this one, see how it has a few little holes, etc., you can just take your clippers and right where the end of that stem meets the rest of the stem, you can just cut that off. Flowers are obviously living, breathing, natural, organic elements, so they're not always going to be perfect, but when you have an imperfection, you can just cut it right off. It's also nice to sort of vary your colors. Like we've got this purple snapdragon. I'm, again, placing them one sort of at what I'll call 9 o'clock, one's at 3 o'clock. I'm going to put this one at 12 o'clock. It can give your vase nice flow and nice movement to just sort of think about how you're placing everything. Some people also like to do a color blocked arrangement where you have all the purple together, all the yellow together, all the green together. Flowers, I think, are so much like fashion. You know, there's really no wrong way to do it. It's all sort of personal preference. Looking beautiful, ladies. And so for some of yours that are shorter, when they fall down in, you can use, you can just kind of pull them up and out if they fall in. Sometimes once you get like the bigger greens and stuff in there, then they'll help display and tilt out of the vase a little. Perfect. It's also a good tip to start with your bigger flowers. Like with these arrangements, the sunflowers are really large, don't you think? And then the solidago is much smaller. So you can also think about it as starting with your bigger blooms and then moving to your smaller blooms. So pretty. I love the mix. It's very bright and happy, right? And you know, flowers are such a wonderful way to make your home feel happier, to make us feel happier. When we give flowers, they release serotonin in our brain, so they make us feel less stressed, more relaxed, all the good things, right? And then we can also add in greens. We've got some really beautiful variegated pit. We've got some really wonderful eucalyptus. Eucalyptus always smells so great. I love it. So we have both the silver dollar eucalyptus, which is very flat and sort of a dusty green. And then we have eucalyptus, again. Oh my gosh, smells so good. So I'll help open this up. And let's add some of this in as nice accents. It can be really great, especially to tuck into the back. Open this one up. And open this one up, and let me open the pit up. It can be a great way to fill in any holes that we might have. Silver dollar, let's give you that one there. And which other one? The pit? Great. Ladies, you have pit over here, right? And silver dollar. So as I look at mine, I'm going to add some of the greens into the back. And again, if you have any that has any little brown bits, you can just cut that right off. Again, let's work to make sure we don't have leaves down in our water. With this euc, there's a lot of leaves at the bottom, so I'm just pulling those off. And look, you can just tuck this right in the back. Give it a little height. Give it a nice little finishing touch, and obviously a really wonderful scent. Oh, that's perfect. It's really filling in for everybody, isn't it? And this one, I don't know if that one looks very happy. Oh, good. From the back with the lighting, it looked like maybe it had a little brown, but I don't think it does. It was just the lights. Just the lights. Which ones?
Not okay.
Are yours a little closed? Yeah, you know what? Sunflowers are like roses. They open. So your sunflowers will open a little bit more each day. And it's sometimes nice to buy them a little tighter because they'll last longer.
Okay.
You know, it means they're like a little younger, a little fresher. So those will open up for you, no problem. Yeah, I like to buy, if you're putting it in your own home, it's sort of nice to buy them when they're tighter because you know they'll last longer. Should we open one of these up and put in another sunflower? Let's do that. What was your favorite flower in this bouquet? You can take out whatever you want to add in. Great. Yeah. All right, so you just have at it. Have at that. Anybody else want a little bit more? We can open up another one of these. Oh, which one did you say was a little more open? Here? Well, let's add some of these in here. Do you like that idea? It's a nice big vase, so I feel like we can add in more. That's the beauty of these workshops, is we can just keep adding more and more and more. You're right. These are really big and beautiful. I'll help get this out of your way. Yeah, so anywhere you think you have a hole, let's just keep adding to it. More flowers, more greens. You bet, you bet. Solidago is what this one is. Solidago. What it means. Let's see. Beautiful, beautiful. I think you could do a little more down here. Yeah, and it's nice because you have a taller, we'll call it back, so let's add a little more right here in the foreground. Like if we look at this one as an example, see how we've got a little taller and a little lower? Let's add some lower in, and you could do any of these flowers, or you could do greens, which sounds more interesting to you. Wow. Okay, great. I think the bigger flowers, like the sunflowers and the snaps, would help fill that space a little better than the purple. Yeah. Let's try cutting those a little lower and see if you like what that does to your arrangement. I think it's nice to have that movement from high to low, from back to front. And you've got that too, that's perfect. So this one leaf down here, you could pick out only because it'll add bacteria to your water. And it happens as you design, little leaves come off. I try and just reach in and pull those out, and you'll find it'll just help your arrangement last a little longer.
See, look, it's
Yep, yep.
yes, I like that.
And then another really great tip, ladies, to help your flowers last as long as possible is when we're all done and we take it home today, tomorrow, what we should do is change our water. And all you do is with one hand, you'll just grab your arrangement like that. And with this hand, you'll just pour it right into the sink, rinse your vase out, refill it with water. You don't need to do more flower food. Your flowers have already, drank all that great flower food their first day. But you'll find, how sometimes your water gets a little cloudy? By changing your water every day, just takes a minute, you're going to extend the life of your flowers tenfold. And another great thing to do every day when you change your water, again, just holding them in one hand, just give your stems the littlest cut on the bottom. You know how your stems get a little gunky? And that blocks them from drinking water. So when you give them a fresh cut, again, just a little bit off the bottom, you're going to double the life of your flowers, which is really great. So fresh water, and give your stems a nice fresh little cut on the bottom. Use your flower food, cut on an angle, no leaves. All those little tips are going to make a real difference in how long your flowers last. Beautiful. I say we keep adding in more.
Mine?
Yes, why not? We've got more, let's use more.
What is it? This bouquet is what she opened, right?
I feel like you could have just a few more. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like a white or a very pale yellow, right? You want some white snaps? I've got more right here. Oh yeah.
Maybe put a white right there.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
You don't need them all? Yeah, I think you could do another right here.
Okay.
Maybe another right here.
Okay.
Why not? These look great. You guys are pros. I love how all your status is together right here as a cluster of purple. That looks really pretty.
That's what I was going for. It was kind of a pop.
I love that. beautiful, everybody.
I made a color block.
That's okay.
I'm the
That means
messy
you're
girl.
doing good floral arranging if you're making a mess. If you're not making a mess, it's not good floral arranging. Yeah, do you guys want me to open another one? Here's two right here.
Perfect.
Boom, boom.
Thank you.
It's fun. I know, it's fun, isn't it?
Really fun.
It's nice when you can just keep adding. And then another great little tip is let's check our water every day. You know how flowers drink the water? So the flowers drink and the water level lowers. It's really important to make sure that the water is all the way at the top of the vase every day. And some flowers, like tulips, are constantly growing and drinking, so they drink a lot of water. I feel like these won't drink too much, but it's so easy to not realize that there's some stems that aren't in the water. So pretty. And then you also have some of our favorite candles in front of you. This is a ginger grapefruit scent. Again, this is a really great, sort of very neutral, either the pale blush pinks or the greens. Has that really wonderful sort of handcrafted design to it. That's another big trend, is very artisanal, you know, looking very handcrafted. Yeah. It is another little designer tip to do things in odd numbers, as you mentioned. So 3s and 5s, 7s. That's how nature does it. Exactly. Exactly. Here's more status on this side. Anybody need more purple? Do ladies need more of anything?
Do you have a little stem of eucalyptus?
Yes.
Do you have that?
Yes.
I feel like I
Are you looking for the taller like this?
if you have some, if you don't, it's totally
I'm just going to take some out, and I'm going to say, see how on this stem, the top is just a little, what shall I say, brown? A really great trick, again, is take your clippers and cut right to the next leaf. Then it doesn't even look like you cut it. What do you think about this one?
love that.
Perfect. It smells so good. This eucalyptus is also really great to tie in the top of your shower. Do you guys ever tie it to like your shower head? And then your whole bathroom, every time you take a shower, smells like a sauna. It smells so good. And it dries, so you know when it loses its scent, just go buy another bunch. It's usually less than $10, and it's a really great little accent in your bathroom. Any questions we didn't get to today that you guys want to go over? Let's see, did we get to greens? We talked a little bit about greens. Talked about making your arrangements last longer. What are all our tricks we learned for making our arrangements last longer? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Plant food, recut your stems the next day, just a little tiny bit. Good job, good job. Those are all of them. And we have tons of these tips and tricks on our website. You know, we have a great blog that's always putting new, fresh, fun ideas and recipes and party ideas and all those things on it as well. Yeah, we try and do both, but definitely on my website that we're feeding content to all the time, and on Albertsons also. Obviously, we've got Instagram, you know, that's always new, fun new things. And just keep your questions coming. It's so fun to talk to people, you know, via Instagram, via the website. So anytime you have questions, please let us know. Yay! Oh, you're so welcome. You guys did an amazing job. The flowers are really beautiful.
Love it.
And now you'll go home and take great care of them and make sure they last a very long time.